Now you would think, given these two alternatives, right, be a Walmart of car dealers or be a Ritz-Carlton of car dealers, that knowing this, that every salesperson out there, every commission salesperson out there, but especially every manager, and make no mistake, the Walmart of car dealers doesn't need desk managers, and they don't need F&I managers either. So knowing this, you would think that every one of these managers would be eager to change their culture and embrace everything about creating what we call the perfect appointment. Nope, not even close. About 80% of the dealerships I work with who are openly eager to switch to an appointment culture eventually go nowhere with it. Most say the right things. Nearly all of them agree that this represents the future of their industry and their dealership. But in the end, it takes work to change one's culture. It really does. And most dealership managers just simply aren't willing to do that work. Of course, it's not because you're all lazy. Sure, there are a few lazy managers in automotive, but most often it's because when you've worked your way up to a senior management role in one of America's new car dealership, it usually brings with it one of those three biases that we talked about, right? That makes enacting any kind of meaningful cultural change almost impossible. Remember, they're the success bias, the clock bias, and the satisfaction bias. Now, the success bias is one of the hardest biases to overcome in any business, and this is especially true in a dealership. I recently worked with a dealership whose culture could be best described as old school car dealer. That is, they grind the customer for every last penny so that they can squeeze as much gross margin out of the deal regardless of customer satisfaction, all while beating the crap out of their sales team each and every day. Now, to their credit, they are immensely successful at both endeavors, right? Their customers typically pay more than they would at a competing dealership, and their employee turnover is astoundingly high, even for a car dealer. Moreover, the managers don't see either of these as a threat to their present or future business. Now, this is simply remarkable, especially when you consider that little thing called the internet. Remember that place where consumers and your former employees are and will continue to shout to anyone and everyone about how they were treated when dealing with you. See, it's only a matter of time before this dealership's rat bastardness catches up with them. There is a saying that in business that sales cures all ills. What this means is that success, in this case the short-term gain of selling at a high margin, minimizes the awareness or focus on any threats or risks to the long-term business health. In fact, this dealership's own success bias is so great that I suspect they're going to close their doors or be forced to sell by their manufacturer before they ever consider changing their culture. Now, the perversely funny thing to me about this dealership, the one that sells at high grosses but really grinds their customers to death and treats their employees poor, the fact of the matter is that if this dealership would incorporate the appointment culture, they would find out what others have already found out. This allows dealerships to sell at higher grosses. At the same time, it improves both customer and employee satisfaction. That's something known as a win-win-win, which is very rare in business today, especially in car dealerships.